Okay, we're back on this Walvoil single spool monoblock valve. I took it out of the parts washer, got all the grease off of it. Just want to show you a couple things. One thing, you can see the mechanic has all these different color zip ties on here. You want to make sure you leave that. That's so he knows how to put his hoses back when he gets it. Now, I've taken out, one thing you're going to do is you always check the relief valves. So I've already pulled it out and I've already put the new O-ring on here. You just want to take a look and check these parts out, make sure everything's okay. You know, we found pieces of metal stuck in here and all kinds of things, so you just want to check that out. Make sure you get that spool in here. It's a different type of relief. Sometimes they have like little ball bearings in there. Just check down in there, make sure that's okay. I've already resealed the O-ring on here, and I'm going to put it back in. You always want to check that before you send it out. Doesn't take much longer, so we'll just pop this back in. No need to mess with the adjustment on there. It's already set. Okay, and you can see that when I washed it, I had these fittings on to keep it out. So let's get the spool out of here. I've already collected the seals. This is all that's in there. That leak, that's, you know, it's probably leaking from those, just some 214 O-rings. That's it. Okay, so, you know, it's your advantage to reseal this thing when it's a $2,000 valve. Okay, so we're going to pop this off. Pop the back off. And you push it out. It should come out smooth. Pull it out. Do an inspection. You can see the one O-ring already came with it. So I'm going to pull this O-ring off. I'm going to go over to the parts washer and just do a quick rinse on this thing, and I'll show you. Get this O-ring off. Okay, take your inspection light and just check down in there, make sure those waves are okay. It came out real smooth, so I know it's okay. So let me go wash this real quick. Be right back. Okay, so I got that washed off. Here's your little brass keeper. Now what you're going to do is you take your new O-ring, the 214, and work it over this real easy. You got sharp edges on the spool there. Set it on down and get it, you kind of see there it is there. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of grease. Well, your red tacky grease, and just kind of coat that right there. Okay, and then I'm going to slip it back in there. And it should go easy. Don't force it. It should go nice and easy. Okay, just like that. I'm just going to give this a little tap and seat that O-ring. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put a little grease on this spring area. The reason is because a lot of times you take these apart, water will get in there, be all corroded out and everything. We don't want that, so it just help that out a little bit. There's no real seal on this back cap, so we're going to slip this cap on here. Get these started. Pop this in. Don't hammer it real hard, you know. Put your impact to a low setting. This is metric, so it's a metric Allen socket snap-on. Should have a set of these in your box for this type of stuff. Okay, so that's in there. Now we flip it around. Okay, well, what I made a mistake here, damn it, I didn't get that one out, so I'm gonna have to pull that off. Wasn't paying attention. Let's pull this off. You'll see why I can't get that other keeper out, because it's flush. So pull this back off, pull that out, push this in. Okay, there, now I can get this keeper out. I made the mistake. Pay attention how that keeper is. It's beveled on one end here. You want to put it back like that. Okay, so now I'm going to push that back in. You can see that O-ring still there. Let's put the cap back on. No big deal. Just next time you'll know. Just make the correction here. Turn that real low. You don't want to hammer this and strip it out. This little 1/4 inch or so Allen heads. Okay, so I got this back out. So now, so now we're gonna put this O-ring in here and work it down into the slot. Slip it over there. That's a new O-ring, and then you're gonna take your pick and use the back end of it and just work it in. Kind of see, get it in there. You just have to remember all hydraulics leak, and you have to do constant resealing and maintenance on it. It's like anything else. Things wear out. So you're going to get this down in here. You want to get it down in that slot. Then you're going to take your brass keeper and set on top of that. Push it back down in there. See, that goes flush in there like so. Okay, then you put a little bit of grease on this thing. So you got to, where the handle goes in there, you can see it's got a little ball thing that makes that move. And this is all in good shape. The rubber boot's okay. Let's slip that on. Get it up there. Try to get it started. Tight. Just double check it. And then you're going to double check your spool, spring centered. Okay, let's check that out. Now, what we'll do is we'll put it on the test bench, and we'll lock these down. We'll put the two hoses on here, and we'll turn the pressure up and just pressurize it and check it out. Now, you could change the plugs here too. He's got some plugs on here. Normally, there's not a problem with these, but if you're going to do a thorough job, just change these out because they could be brittle, and that could be where you're getting some of your leaks from. Okay, so there it is. Now we'll get it on the bench, and remember, pretty much all the times I know, always the pressure side is on the relief valve side. Just so you know, your return's usually over here. So your pressure could go in this port for plumbing. You could put a plug in here, put a fitting coming off there. Same thing here. You can see it. The return line here, pressure line here or here. So it gives you an option. Okay. So you have some configurations here, and then you got a plug back here for like power beyond to tie in other valves. You can see on this casing there's a P and a T. But just remember, just for a tip, pretty much all the times that I know of and seen, the pressure line is always on the side of the relief valve. Okay, so that'll help you out. So we'll go get this on the bench and we'll do another video on that. Stand by.